sound of pouring rain. Wind whisper and I think of you. But all the tears you cry, they call my name. And when you needed me, I came through. Hello everyone. My name is Master Starman, and I'm here to give you guys somewhat of a vlog here. Yeah, so exactly 1 year ago, I uploaded a video titled "I Miss Someone," and I went back and I watched that video last night just to refresh myself on what I was talking about a lot during that time and some of the stuff that happened. And yeah, I kind of just wanted to make a follow-up vlog to that, some of the things that have since happened. Some things have since happened, I guess I should say. For one thing, my hair looks a lot different than back then. I don't have sideburns anymore, but that's very minor. And in case you're wondering what I was just playing on the guitar there, it was the beginning of, I Remember You by Skid Row, which is probably one of, if not one of the main songs that, anyway. So the vlog I made last year was titled "I Miss Someone," and through that name, there was someone I grew up with, further down who lived down the road from me growing up, moved away in 2010, which at this time is almost 7 years ago. I went over all this a year ago, and I should say it was two girls, really, that I grew up with. They were both sisters, named Leah and Tasha, and, yeah, so, I also touched upon some subjects, like, lack of interest in Let's Playing, and my motivation was really at an all-time low back then, and as you can probably tell since then, my motivation for Let's Playing skyrocketed, because since last August or September, I've been going almost non-stop with Let's Playing. I've very seldomly taken breaks. In fact, the most break I had was this last month, where, which I'll briefly touch upon later, I guess, but, yeah, this time 1 year ago, I didn't even feel like making a single video, and now it's like, honestly, I'm as eager as possible to get back into Let's Playing again as soon as possible. Pokemon Leaf Green just recently finished, in the last week or so. I still have the post-game stuff to go through with that, and I want to get that done as soon as possible, but, yeah, anyways, without getting sidetracked here, I guess I'll cut to the main chase what happened. So I talked with a lot of people about that. I don't remember if I was seeing a counselor about this or not. I talked to a couple people about, just some of the stuff that had been going on. And some people were more, and I mean, most of the stuff was still essentially, like, the same responses. A lot of people were telling me, to quote the Eagles, get over it. And, I was saying no for an answer. I was not changing my opinion on that. And, like, I don't know if it was, again, with some of the music that I was listening to at the time. I mean, I mentioned this, like, last year as well. Like, there was a lot of songs like, say, Life Goes On by Poison, or, whatever, but since then, there's been a lot more songs, and actually a lot of them aren't glam metal, which is a surprise, but, yeah, there was a lot of songs that I've been listening to that have kind of, thought about it, but in a, I guess, a bit more of a healthier way, I guess. Anyways, yeah, I kind of struggled with this for a while. There was, I went to Toronto for Christmas to visit my mother, and, on Christmas Eve of all things, I was, like, I didn't admit this to her because I knew she would have been really upset, because that was like, my mother knew I was going through this crap already, and she knew that it would have been like, I knew that she wouldn't have really liked it a whole lot if I had talked about it back then. So, um, but like I was upset on freaking Christmas Eve of all things, because of reasons for this. Like I was, um, yeah, like I just like I miss them a lot. So I'll cut to the main chase here. In either late March or early April, I don't actually remember which. I want to say sometime in March. Um, Nothing had really happened. I'll back up really quickly to briefly explain it. Neither of them use social media, with the exception of Tasha, who's the younger sister of the two, by about 18 months or so, 17 or 18 months. Uploaded something on YouTube, or well, she uploads stuff like speed arts and stuff like that on YouTube sometimes, and um, like if you knew what her channel was about, you'd be kind of surprised that I would have been friends with someone like that. But anyway, so and people were asking me for a long time, it's been 6, 7 years since I've even seen or talked to them or whatever. Last I talked to them was really, I guess, not counting last year, not the year before, I guess 2013 maybe. I mean, I would say 2012 or 2013, depending on who we're talking about here. I was talking with Tasha a lot back in 2013 via Kick, and I said some pretty stupid stuff back then. Like I was kind of overwhelmed with a lot of the stuff that was going on. I didn't really know what I was thinking about back then. And yeah, I guess without getting sidetracked here, I'll get back to what I was mainly saying. So just doing some snooping around here. I was trying literally every freaking thing imaginable to try and get a hold of them, and I ended up, I knew what Tasha's YouTube channel was, which YouTube's a terrible, terrible way to try and communicate with people these days, but, yeah, so I just got curious and went to, like, one of her older videos, and lo and behold, I stumbled across a link to her Tumblr page. I've never used Tumblr before. I shouldn't say I made a Tumblr for this reason, but, and another thing is that a lot of this stuff, I won't deny, a lot of this stuff can borderline on obsession, stalking, maybe even harassment, I guess, and I won't be afraid to admit that I've been doing some of these things, but I also don't regret any of the things I've done either. So the first thing I did was I just made my account. I think I just used my name, I don't remember really, and I like shot her a message or whatever, and next thing I knew, my account was blocked. And I didn't really understand this at the time. I was also at work at this time too, on break, so I couldn't really think about it a whole lot. So yeah, then I messaged her again, like, I think either when I was on break or whenever I got home, I don't remember which, I made thankfully, Tumblr's a very, very easy way to make, like, the way it's set up, like, you can make, like, different pages or blogs or whatever very, very easily, and those, I guess, count as separate accounts, even though they're all under, like, one email address or something. I don't know. It was really easy to set it up, though. I made this second one called, and I set my username to something a lot more ambiguous. I set it to Rice Pudding Wins, which was a stupid inside joke between me and Alex. About 5 years ago, there was, like, we were eating dinner, and I was playing and watching a lot of Dragon Ball Z at the time, and, my dad was, like, going on talking about how good rice pudding was, and I think I mentioned, like, I was not a fan of it. And I think I just asked a stupid question, like, who won the Cell games or whatever, and my dad just replied with rice pudding, and Alex got the largest kick out of this. Like, we were quoting that for a long time, and considering I still remember that, like, almost 4.5 years later, like, anyways, back to, like, more serious talk, though. I made that second account, which maybe I should or shouldn't have done, I don't really know, but I admit I don't regret this, like I said. And I sent her something a little bit more ambiguous. I quoted the song, Pretty Maids All in a Row by the Eagles, and, because it starts off with, the subject matter of the song, like, was something that was really on my mind. It was very suited to what I was going through at the time, and, yeah, I said something like that, and I think I even quoted, like, the first line from that. I was like, oh god, this is gonna be a horrible Joe Walsh impression here, but... Hi there, how are ya? It's been a long time. It seems like we've come a long way. And my, what we've learned so slow. And, like, the song keeps going on, and, like, just the beginning part of that really kind of struck out. Like, I mean, to me, it sounded like a song about, like, two people. I can even look up online about what it's even about right now, but, it just sounded like a song that, would have been about, like, trying to reconnect with someone like that, and, yeah, anyways, yeah, it says, Pretty Maids was a melancholy reflection of life so far, represents statement the valid for people who... Yeah, it's, there's a lot of, like, thoughtful, thought-inciting lyrics in that song, and, yeah, so I sent her that, and I think I included a link to the song on YouTube or something, whatever, and my account was blocked again. And I was messaging someone on Discord at this time, like, it was by the time I got home anyway, and I was trying to, like, figure some stuff out, and then when people were telling me, like, narrowing down, like, all the things about it and realizing that my, account was blocked, I got really upset. I just didn't know what to do. I think I called my mother at one point, talked to her for like 20 or 30 minutes, and was left, like, without words. And I just, honestly, I laid in my bed upset for about 2 hours. It was pretty bad. I laid in bed for a while, not, like, wanting to do anything. And so I did what was probably one of the stupidest things I could have done, but I've never been one to do things traditionally. I made a third Tumblr page, and I sent her another message. And by this time, you can probably guess that it might sound like some end results might have been bad. But I was just, at this time, I was thrilled with my explanation. I explained all the shit that was going on at the time. And I said, listen, I apologize for all the stalking / harassment, whatever you want to call it. I really miss you. And some people were saying, like, you know, how would I know if we could still possibly be friends? And I have one very, very, very simple reason. Because I know we both still play Pokemon. I know that sounds like a stupid, stupid reason, but I firmly believe that. I've said a lot of things about the Pokemon fanbase as a whole, but in general, like, I still really like the games. I could tell just by her I could tell just by her Tumblr page that she was getting into Gen 7 as well, which by this time I had already finished, but, and it was probably, I imagine she probably finished it by then as well, but I was, you know, I could tell just by some of the things, like, the year before, I mentioned this, that, she mentioned that she was trying to shiny hunt a Giratina, and I'm thinking, you know, unless somebody's into the series, they're not going to try and do that. So, like, what can you really say about that? So, yeah, so, like, I knew the point is, I knew we still had common ground. I knew that. And I got a response back that I wasn't expecting. I actually got a reply, and she told me she agreed with a lot of the things I was saying. She told me that, she apologized for some of the ways she was acting in the last few years, which, I mean, was never a big deal. I was kind of arrogant a few years ago as well, but, she more or less mentioned that it was her older sister. I don't want to say controlling her internet access, I guess, but from what it seemed like, that's what it seemed like. And I said, alright. And we just kind of left it at that. I mean, there was... we both agreed that there were a lot of good times back in the day. And honestly, I think we both agreed that there probably could be more good times. I think that... honestly, the reason I haven't forgotten is that I think that we could honestly still be good friends if we were able to still talk to each other. So, yeah, that's kind of what's been, that was kind of that. She said that, like, unless her sister moved out or something, then, yeah, it was both the answer I wanted to hear, an unexpected answer. I wasn't really expecting that, but, yeah, that's kind of what ended up happening. And, yeah, so, that's, yeah. That's just kind of the way that I've been thinking a lot lately. I mean, this, honestly, I needed this, because my life, at that point, wasn't bad. I was back on track, to say the least, and, one of the things that helped is that I have a, compared to last summer, I actually have a job. Not a very good one, but at least it's something to keep my mind off of things. And I'm still Let's Playing, which I'll admit, I want to get back to Let's Playing soon. I will, as long as my hands can permit it. If you notice, I'm not actually wearing gloves here anymore. I have been the last little while, and I more or less just choose whether or not I want to wear the gloves, but I can go without them. I can't be on my cell phone or, my computer playing video games all day, which is kind of annoying. I don't know how that would really work with Let's Playing. It might work if I do Leaf Green in, like, smaller sessions, maybe only do, like, 1 or 2 videos a time or something. I don't know for sure how this works. I have a doctor's appointment in about 2 weeks' time. It's on the 20th of the month. I'm recording this on July 7th, so, yeah, about less than 2 weeks now. So, because I have a doctor's appointment, I'll try and see if I can get some answers there. I probably won't get anything. It's just a general checkup more than anything, but, I'll see what he recommends anyway, and I'll just try taking her easy until then. But yeah, I can still do regular things, and honestly, almost everything I could do otherwise, like, playing guitar is fine, being outside's fine. I've even done some things like, I was playing Mario Party 2 with some of my cousins the other day, or about a week ago, I should say, and, that was mostly fine. I had some difficulty with some of the A-tapping minigames. Although, granted, I got paired on a 2v2 minigame with my cousin who's about 8 years old on an A-tapping, on a Handcar Havoc. So my hand was killing me by the end of it, because I wasn't able to come near what I was able to normally do. But otherwise, I think I was mostly fine. Yeah, I just need to, I mean, I've been mostly relaxing. I'd like to start, like, getting a little bit more exercise in here, but, yeah. And also another thing, if you probably didn't notice, I'm actually even wearing the same shirt I wore last year. Very unrelated note, but, the same shirt I wore in the same video last year. I just figured it was kind of only fitting, you know, to give a 1 year later update. But yeah, last year, if I said life goes on, this year I'm gonna go back to Joe Walsh again. I'm just gonna say life's been good. I've been in a lot more of a reflective state. I started working on something, I'll just say that much. I've thought a bit more about my next Let's Play, and I guess it's kind of fitting. I've thought a little bit, and I don't know when my next Let's Play will start. I was playing a little bit of it last night, but my hands started hurting a little bit after a while. Just because of the kind of game it is. I'll just mention this right now, and one small hint. It's something I would have been playing back in about 2010, whenever, I was still hanging out with them, with Leah and Tasha. So, yeah. I just figured I'd mention that. Like, that's one small hint. It's something I won't say what year the game came out in, because I guess that's a hint. It wasn't released in 2010, but it was just something I would have been playing back then. So there's a small hint for you guys. But yeah, that's just where everything's been. Honestly, I won't say my life's being great right now. It's kind of the same thing with last year. I don't think my life was bad last year. It just had some kind of obstacles. There's been some obstacles this year as well. Money, I think, is the main one. But, yeah. Anyways. I think that's mostly everything that's been going on right now. I just kind of wanted to give, like, this update here about everything that's been going on. So yeah, I'll throw this out there. I don't think, I mean, I probably won't make, I doubt it anyway. I mean, I'm not, a part of me's considered, possibly sending this video to Tasha at some point. I know she said, like, if we were to talk again, it'd probably be in a couple of years' time, or whatever, but, I guess I'll just say, I guess I'll just say this, if the odd chance that you're, for whatever reason, watching this, I know that, I know that, the truth, one major truth, I think, is that her sister probably just wanted to start, like, I don't want to say start a new life, but, I would say probably along those lines, and if that's the case, I understand. I said a lot of things a few years ago that I kind of regret, like, sometime in 2013, like, I was saying, like, I think I mentioned at one point, like, I would have considered going up to North Bay to visit her, and, I mentioned in the last year video that they moved to North Bay anyway. I kind of can't explain that, like, without bringing up another thing, because I mentioned, I've actually been to North Bay before for 6 weeks. For anyone who remembers the Sonic Adventure 2 days, they would remember that I took a 6 week hiatus in the middle of that Let's Play, and it was to go to North Bay. Um, and I didn't know that at the time that that's where they lived. If they did, I probably would have tried and like seen if we could have met up somewhere. I don't know, probably just some mall somewhere. But I mean, otherwise, otherwise though, it's like, and I think I was told like I wouldn't have been able to do that based on like their living conditions or something. I I didn't have money. That was the other big reason. Um, it's funny how I can. Last year's video, I was more like upset and kind of sad, and now I'm able to look back and just laugh on all these older things. But no, I mean, I think I was saying some things. I think I might have at one point criticized Leah for like, I don't know, getting a tattoo, which I wasn't really. I mean, it's a stupid thing to say anything about that, and I know a lot of people that have tattoos, but I don't, and I've never really had an interest in getting a tattoo. But and I admit I shouldn't have said anything like that. I have a feeling that after a while she probably just didn't really like me a whole lot. I mean, um, but yeah, and then I think I said some other things too. Like I won't get into some of the other things because they're more personal details, but I don't. I guess I just kind of want to apologize for some of the shit I said a few years ago, and yeah. So I, how should I say this? I don't want bad blood anymore. I, I've said for a long time if one of my old friends from YouTube like messages me, or if someone that I haven't talked to in a few years messages me and asks me if I want to do something, with the exception of like one or two people, I'm almost always down for that. There's a reason I brought Darren back for Mario Kart 8 because I thought the time was right. I think we matured a lot as people. Like Darren and I argued a lot when we were younger, but I think the time was right for us to do something again. And I know like a couple other people are busy, but like if Alex ever wanted to do anything, I'm 100% down. And that's the reason why we haven't done Superstar Ultra in forever, is just because he's always been busy. We haven't recorded that in almost 2 years now. And I'd like to finish that Let's Play up because we're at the very freaking end of the game. But that's the way that's been. Um, if like CJ or Dallas or even like Isaiah, who hasn't been in a video since God, I think I think one of the videos in like one of the old Banjo-Kazooie videos. If any of them ever wanted to do anything, I'm 100% down. Like it's or even if it's anybody on the YouTube side of things who ever wanted to do anything with me that I haven't done with in years or really ever, like I'm planning a Let's Play in the future that'll be very collaborative, I think, but um, I think that I won't rule. I guess I'll think about it this way. If Slash can rejoin Guns N' Roses, if going back to the Eagles again, if the Eagles could have gotten together after when they said they would only get back together after Hell froze over, if all these like crazy, unthinkable reunions could have happened, then I don't rule anything out, honestly. And I think the same would go for this as well. I think that if the odd circumstance arose that Tasha, myself, and Leah, if she was interested, even though I'm pretty sure she hates my guts at this. So it looks like the thing ran out of space there. I'll try and get this through this really quickly because I don't think I have a whole lot of space left in my phone. Yeah, I'm just saying, even though I'm sure Leah probably doesn't like me a whole lot, I'm not gonna rule anything out at this point. I'm really not. I'm
I don't know how I really could. I mean, like, if either of them are down for anything, I'm down for anything. So, yeah, that's the way everything could have been. I could have mentioned a few more things too, but I don't really have a whole lot of time here, and I don't think I really need to explain a whole lot anymore. So, yeah, that's gonna do it for this. Thank you for watching this video. To quote Joe Walsh one more time, life's been good to me so far. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.